Welcome to today's collective reading. We'll open with a bit of sound vibration from the resonance of the third eye. And we'll clear with some kyanite and selenite here to align the energies and elevate them, that only the messages of the highest and greatest good may come through for the collective. Please feel free to take what resonates and leave what does not. There may be some synchronicities within this reading that are yet to be synchronized for you to encounter from this moment going forward. You might find yourself going, wait, that was that? All right, so what does my collective have going on today? What is weighing on hearts and minds of the collective today? Guidance do we have coming through? Ooh, okay. Lady of Perpetual Rebirth. All right. So this is the overarching. Okay. I'm getting that this is to move into kind of a you versus them kind of a deal, or one path versus another. However that may resonate for you. We have the wing leader here for one side. Be that a path, a decision, a choice, or as a choice is also the very the Lover's card was also once known as the choice in the tarot. Okay, and Phoenix. Okay. You versus them. I have a feeling that this is perspective. It's all about perspective. And what you give to, what you don't, what you allow to come with you, and what you choose to leave behind, what transforms, what does not. Oh, yes. Forgive me here. There we go. Oh, look at that. So we have the star for the receptive energy here. Okay, that's too many, but since we have, well, I guess we have 8 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Moon. Ooh, okay. So this seems to be kind of clarifying the star, actually. And the wing leader, you are the star. And all the energy that you have transmuted, given to, allowed to be in your energy to co-create or interact with the divine within you. And this includes individuals that are triggered by you. It's because their own wounds are triggered by the light within you. It's a healing that occurs, and then they don't always handle that kind of an interaction in the most healthy way, or because it's bringing to light how much they have some healing to do. They have some shadow work to do, that there's still challenges between them and where they would like to be, their destination, that they are still very muchly choosing to be bound, to be dormant, to be in hibernation mode. I'm getting wide awake but completely asleep simultaneously here. This is what you freed yourself from. You are the star, and you are balanced. You have like this unicorn. You have Pegasus. You have you, the angel. Like you have wings. And you have this giant raven, this messenger, this communication with the divinity. So you freed yourself from this. But you did so by owning this balance, by owning the divinity, by being receptive to receiving your wings, because this Three of Wands, it's three trees that are interwoven together, that grew together and created all of this light and this magic, but they've also created a portal to walk through, to know who you are as all three. Who you are in your assertive and your receptive, your light, your dark, your shadow, and the aspect of you that you own, that you face the world with, versus the shadow aspect that you kind of keep a little more private and maybe you're not necessarily sharing, and it's possibly been there so long that it's dormant, yet still very much a part of you. You have gone through this shadow work. Let's go a layer down here for the collective on this side. I do want to highlight that this is number 37, which breaks to a 10, which is a completion. You have definitely done this. You've mastered this. You've owned this. You're just on the precipice of having attained this, and you possibly are like, wait, what just happened? What am I deciding to keep now? What am I deciding to leave behind? What shadow work is available to me now at this state of healed? Because we're always going to be learning. We're always going to be discovering ourselves and recreating ourselves. With the Phoenix over here, we're always going to be doing that. Moving deeper into relationship with ourselves. It's like the best novel that you'll ever read. Partially because you're choosing your own story. The Queen of Wands, yes, validation with that. You're choosing your own story. You're choosing to allow your heart to heal. And for the universe to co-create. You send out intention and the universe has responded, has sent back, because you are the star. You're receptive to receiving it. You're acknowledged. Ooh. And you're not just acknowledged with the divine, you're acknowledged with soul tribe, soul family, on some, whether this is in the physical and you're somehow famous or you're well known within your community, you're acknowledged. This is possibly something that others did not think that you could achieve, but ta-da! You know, it's like the, in the Olympics, the gymnastics, oh my gosh, the gymnastics, how they land and they do that pose where they're like, ta-da, that kind of a thing. It's like, look at the cool trick I just did. You didn't think I could do it, but I did. That's the feeling here. It's very playful. It's very playful. It's very refreshing, because getting to this point, I mean, to be in a perpetual state of rebirth means you're also perpetually dying, which is, I mean, by default doesn't sound pleasant, right? But you found that fun. You found that playfulness. That may be your challenge now, is to do these tricks, achieve overcoming the challenges before you from a space of, I've always had this. I've had it the whole time. I've always got it. I have complete faith in the divine. I have complete trust. I have a solid foundation. I have wings. I've got wings. It's the confidence that everything is okay, allows you to have more fun, allows you to know that whatever scary thing you may find along the path of your own shadow work, it's always going to work out. I had this image of this little girl, and she's like coming up to this mythical being that, maybe it's like a forest monster or something, right? Like, it would be something that you would think that little girl would be terrified of. A little girl, it's coming to mind more than likely because it's a state of being open, receptive. So she approaches this being and she curls up right at its feet and just nuzzles in and falls asleep. And this beast is just like, wait, what? You're not scared? Wait, huh? You see the heart in it, not the first impression, not the outward appearance. You see the heart. Okay, so that's channeled for that. Okay. So for this other side here, what we have is the phoenix. Burning away what no longer works for you to allow it to be transformed into what empowers you. Setting yourself free from anything that holds you back. This is this constant cycle of rebirth. You are owning this aspect of yourself. The 9 of Wands, so much anxiety. Okay. It's multi-layered and it's a play of light and shadow. And the contrast and the decision that you make when you pass judgment upon that. How do you choose to relate to that? I'm going to get those synchronicities for you. Okay. Loyalty and discipline. Ooh. You have gone through these layers and you are loyal to yourself. You are loyal to your truth. Yes, other people are going to have an interaction with this truth. It's part of the multiple layers of you. Individuals are interwoven within every layer, be it however brief their interaction in your life with you was, they did give you a piece of yourself back, if nothing more than in a challenge for you to overcome. And that is a choice, to take the blue pill or the red pill, to not do the shadow work and free yourself from it, or to remain trapped because for whatever reason, the positives of remaining where you are outweigh in the moment, at the time where you're at. You have, however, and I think that's more to like highlight how others may be where they are in their path. And that's okay where they are. It's their path. Possibly a highlight here to how you view others versus yourself and how you maybe are comparing, or how you may be comparing where they are to where you are because you desire to not walk your path alone. And you want someone to walk it with you. You want to move out of a self-imposed, or what originally was Hermit, which would be Major Arcana, to move out of that space. You have then moved into the 5 of Pentacles, which is choice. It's personal, conscious choice. It's not the divine keeping you there. You are choosing to be there. You are how you view others where they are. And it's because you want to move out of that. You want to open the door and allow yourself to transform that. Beautiful. Oh, boy. Okay, well, I guess we're taking those. And I flipped that just because I didn't want it to fall over, but it originally landed like that. So I will read it in both ways. Oh, wait, this one was technically on top. Okay. All right. Ooh, interesting. So I'll do that just to kind of remind myself here. Okay. The Emperor is, what do you choose to give to? Do you choose to be balanced? It's the choice of what to give, what to keep, and what to transform and what not to transform. It's that assertive aspect. And then the world. This is all about you creating your world. And that back and forth, all the light and the shadow, the light, the scale, the grayscale here that is present, everything within this is an egg that's cracked open here. You had two aspects specifically coming from a state of woundedness, darkness, black lightning, if you will. And this vortex is you, and there's so much within you. Getting Oracle, Delphi, navel, like navel of the earth. There's an artifact that looks like an egg with what is reminiscent of like the Kundalini image of the chakras. So you went about this in a way that wasn't usual. Nobody expected you to manifest from this perspective. It's possibly part of why this is coming out in this reading, because others don't understand why you move the way you move. And because they did not understand why you're moving the way you moved, these two black lightnings struck. But as they entered your energy, it was transformed into light. And the light, the love within these two dark, oh wow. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. These two lightnings here, these were two different individuals, two different individual energies, two different personalities, two different paths you could take. And you were meant to choose one, and instead they melded. They melded as they reached the egg, you. Because they didn't understand how you were created, how you were creating your world. There's a lot of anxiety because this process could not be stopped. This was part of your contract. This was part of your soul, your being. It's who you are. It's what you are. On a soul deep level. They did not expect you to transform their energy that was so dark into such beautiful light, let alone to be able to have you create as a result of their lightning strikes merging. It's possible that it required two aspects. And this could be something that isn't necessarily a concept of, this is another layer, okay? This is your shadow, and this is the other aspect, the counterpart to you, right? So this could be you in your shadow, if you are assertive or receptive in, identifying your predominant energetic stance. This would be the opposite, the assertive or receptive shadow of your counterpart, the mirror to you. Because really all of this is one. All of this is you. But our minds, we have to understand things. We have to analyze. We have to be able to relate. We need to have parts of us triggered by energies outside of us in this reality, in our physical experience. And that is what this other shadow serves. But really, it's you. It's all you. So these shadows, these shadow aspects of you were coming towards you, this opportunity, this new life, this creation. And once they entered that vortex, there was anxiety that they would stay, that they would remain this darkness, that it would be a shadow that would overcome, that would triumph. And because you were manifesting, you were moving in a way that was unpredictable. It's the very reason why, yet again, things did not go as the anxiety was for it to go. Wow, that was kind of a tongue twister there. But yeah, this egg is, You are in Phoenix energy. You are the Phoenix. There's no question that you choose for this to be a positive experience. Thus, it is one. Period. You choose to surrender to love, light, to source, to an energy that is beyond human comprehension or language. I mean, we can comprehend it, but we don't have language for it. We try really hard. And I think a quote that resonates here, and I'm not really quite sure exactly who said it. I think it might be Madame Blavatsky, but it was the voice with no sound. You are in this vortex. You are like the egg. You are the star. You are being born. You are in the chrysalis, and in the chrysalis is being broken open because there's so much potential within you. And getting to that space, you're so exhausted that all of you needed to be present to break you open. And this Ace of Wands in the upright, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. In this, I'm not hearing or being guided to give you guys the synchronicities for anything other than this card right here, because all of this was channeled. This is something that a lot of people in the collective were needing validation with, that you're not alone in this. That as a soul tribe, as stars working together, when one of us gains our wings, it makes it easier for others in our collective to gain their wings. When we transform and we choose what to keep, what not to keep, what to create, what not to create, when we choose to own that divinity, to do this shadow work, to heal, it makes this process so much easier for everyone else that we're quantumly entangled with. If you were to use more of a scientific language for it, other than soul or soul tribe, it's a quantum entanglement. We affect one another. We are all connected. There's just some that we have contracts before we incarnated to work more closely with, and they are going to be the ones that are going to be more affected, more immediate, almost instant, just like that spooky action at a distance, to quote Einstein. So let's get this Ace of Wands here, those synchronicities for that. I mean, obviously you have owned that connection with divine to the extent that it has stunned those that have been watching. It's like they didn't believe that this kind of a connection was possible. They thought that you were foolish because they didn't understand why you were moving the way you were moving. But it's like, haha. Oh my gosh, that's some kind of an adult cartoon reference, and I'm not sure, but it is like, haha. Oh my God. Those that watch Adult Swim would possibly understand that one. I'm not sure exactly who I'm quoting there, but I am kind of curious. So if you know, definitely leave a comment below. That would be great. Because there is fun in this. There is kind of a, you underestimated me, you know, kind of like a fun, playful, ta-da, yet again, which that energy came through in the previous reading as well. So that reading, the one before this, definitely I would watch that. I would definitely check that out, because that energy, that haha, is very present in this world card. Very present. This world card, it's the encompassing. Oh wow, I don't know. It's encompassing that energy. Like this whole like trickle down of connection into this world card is that reading. So if you are kind of like, wait, what? I would watch the previous reading, see if there's some synchronicity, some message, some question, some little seed for you in there that can help you just really get some grip, some traction, not grip, get some traction to own these wings. Because more people are owning their wings, their ability to manifest. Oh, just wow. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, upright, inspiration, and spark. So you are this egg. What are you creating? What are you driven to do? What is your purpose with all this power that you have reclaimed because you are balanced? You know that you are strong, and you know that you're connected, and you know that you're capable, that you're safe. You know yourself, and you trust that intuitive connection within you to guide you true every single time, even if you don't understand. And yes, sometimes there may be some kicking and screaming and frustration and hurt feelings and not knowing, but you moved with this. There's no other way that this could work other than to my benefit, other than to the good, other than to positive, because you knew going through this, however you were perceived from the outside, because they didn't understand. Others watching you did not understand. They're like, this is not how you do this. And you're like, well, it's my truth. So, meh. This is my relationship with divine. You don't get to tell me what that relationship is supposed to be. It is mine. It is unique to each and every one of us. Because you were in that state. Your confidence in that. It's kind of like, wow, just, okay, so I'm going to read this. You need to be inspired or excited. Something or someone needs your spark. The collective needs your light, and the collective knows you've arrived. Whether it's consciously, subconsciously, soul, other dimensional aspect, they know this is wow, just wow. I feel like they're partying it up, and a part of you is there partying it up in celebration. There is a tone to this that is asking for deeper reflection, because this transformation that happened within your shadow selves, they may actually be individuals in your lives that carried aspects of the shadow within them. All right, so how do you help the collective now? How do you act in service with this arrival? And you've been anticipated. There's a reason there's a celebration, but it's also a celebration of the freedom of those that have played the role of these shadow individuals, these shadow aspects of you that have been those that are projected upon you. And there are consequences. They're learning from you. It's like your soul is old and wise, and theirs is young and learning. You're the teacher. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Beautiful and complex, and wow. Okay, so what's the layer down here? Ooh, okay, so memories of past lives, possibly. Definitely, this is Six of Cups. So what once was is desire to be re-experienced. This may be your inspiration for this. There is a great love within you for a time of memory, of nostalgia. Okay, so this may be your inspiration. Wow, okay. Nine of Wands. I'm having so much come through right now. It's a little overwhelming. So you're recognizing that this is what once was. It's no longer what is. And this original sunshine that you had in mind, that you were protecting, that you were guarding, that you were working on yourself and healing yourself and alchemizing to get to this sunshine, this dream, this happiness. It's not that you're not protecting it. It's that you're not willing to stay in this traumatized state. Oh, excuse me, because we have Nine of Wands here twice. We have it upright and inverted. So this has been part of your shadow work, is working with this part of you that's just been so overwhelmed by all these deaths and rebirths and all of this phoenix energy, and knowing that you're teaching and leading the way, and one path or the other is like, this is more of a melding. Okay. I'll get a couple more here, and then we'll move into another deck here. You're recognizing that the sun is going to be more. Your happiness is going to be new, that it's arrived, that you're not needing to defend it. It is here, but the nostalgia, it's what once was, so what is it now? The not guarding against that is saying, you're not saying it's this or nothing. It's going to be exactly like it was or nothing. You're saying, yes, I want to revisit this space within myself, within this time in my life, but I know it's going to be new. And that's exactly what living is. That's the beauty of life. It's choosing your own path, discovering your own story, letting the divine allow it to be a surprise and it unfold before you. Because you're in temperance energy. And that is your divine right. This is your inheritance to be in this state. You don't just have any wings. You got golden wings that are balanced with this rainbow and all of the layers of you, all of the energetic bodies, Kundalini, yet again, another synchronicity. And the flame within you, over your heart, the giving and receiving within you, the divine in all aspects within you. You're grounded, but you're receptive. You're connected to the divine, but you're of Mother Earth. You're a channel, you're a connection. You're a pillar connecting the two. You are the trunk of the tree of life. You communicate with both. Constantly, you're of both. And this doesn't even feel like water. This feels like fabric almost. Like liquid fabric, and all of these curls and this crown, like this is such an embodiment of this energy. You know, because you're balanced, that it's not going to be just like it was, but there's an energy around this that whatever you have nostalgia over or with or from has their own feelings about nostalgia. It's like you put this time on a pedestal at some point, and so did this other energy from this other time. But you know that that's what it was. It's a pillar from the past. It's like a snapshot in your consciousness that you remember so fondly that it's driven you throughout all of this. There's so much love in this moment, and it sparked a dream that was so powerful and potent because you knew that the divine was present within it, that the divine within you even then was showing you how much you were loved, how much light was already within you. It wasn't just about this other energy. It was about the divine within you, validating that you mattered enough, we're close enough, we're intuitive enough, we're loved enough. I mean, it's not about enough. It just is. It just is that voice without sound. You just know. And it was very tangible to you. That divine connection within yourself to yourself was very tangible. So that snapshot in time, yes, it includes another energy, just as here, the shadow aspects. This can be all of the individuals. But in particular, it is one in particular that sparked this path. This is like an individual who awokened you, who was awakened and sparked you to begin the journey to awaken. That snapshot in time. You are in temperance energy, so you know that this is what once was, but that doesn't change that you are still connected to the divine within yourself, and you have only grown in that connection, and you've only grown in a appreciation of the change that comes into you and your life that mirrors that change within you. To simply put it, if this energy feels anxiety because they can't be what they once were, come on now. You're in temperance energy. You already know this. This is like rediscovering an archaeological site and learning about what you remember versus what you can actually do. Oh, like I found this and that means this and I completely forgot about that. Or, hey, this is a new part that I never really got to, or I didn't remember. I've completely forgotten it. Or, you know, that kind of an aspect, because this is reincarnation also for some. It has that significance to it. So it's rediscovering one another. It's picking up your favorite book years later and you've completely forgotten it. So you get to re-experience it, rediscover it. To look within yourself. If you find yourself going, because this came through earlier as well. This is not a lack of communication. This is it's an invitation to communicate with yourself about this dynamic, about what we have been discovering. Go within, speak to the divine within you, investigate this aspect. Okay, so I'm going to clear these cards and we're going to do a little conversation part here. At some point here, I'm actually going to move this part of the reading to more of a subscription-based members kind of an aspect to get access to the extendeds. All right, but for now we're going to have it here. But I have been called to do that,